So, you want to be a young millionaire? Maybe not work your entire life? Well, I have done a ton of research, and I think I have an answer for you. So today we're going to talk about the #1 top personal finance tip for young adults and probably the single most important decision of your financial journey. Now, no doubt, personal finance can be a very daunting topic, especially if you're just starting out. I know I was overwhelmed when I got started many years ago. There are so many things to consider, but if you can just start out with this one simple tip, you will set yourself up for success. And trust me, your future self will thank you dearly. Hey everyone, this is AJ, your ace in the hole, and welcome to the channel where we discuss and super simplify personal finance and provide tips and life hacks for young adults and others, referencing real life experiences to help kickstart their own financial journey. Whether you're just getting started or a parent looking for some ideas, either way, I'm here to help stack the deck in your favor. That said, let's get right to it. So depending on your age, you may have, or maybe not, have already started hearing about financial related topics, either from family, friends, roommates, even on social media, through email marketing, or even YouTube. Things like bank account promotions, such as savings or checking account offers, credit card offers with all that great cash back, and depending on your age, maybe even car loans, investment opportunities, loyalty or rewards programs, and so on. It can really be overwhelming and create an enormous amount of pressure because, let's face it, they all sound great. They can also tend to make you feel a little dumb for not signing up. I mean, they do make it sound like you can't lose, right? Now, granted, these, as well as many other topics, are all vastly important areas of your financial journey, and you'll be involved with most, if not all of them, at one point in your life. But all of that aside, there's one single decision that is the foundation for your entire financial future, and that is to start saving now. I know, you most likely already heard this from numerous others, but this point cannot be stressed enough, as it can have a life-altering effect on your future. Now, this is the point in the video where you're likely having one of two reactions. Either you're rolling your eyes thinking, oh gosh, here we go again with another old guy telling me to save money, or you're thinking, okay, get to the point. So either way, I hope you'll hang in there with me and hear me out, as we're going to illustrate this by using some real dollars and cents. So for starters, if you find personal finance a little boring, or maybe it's something you know little about, don't feel bad. It's not your fault. For whatever reason, personal finance has been and is still pretty absent from schools and educational systems. And we all tend to learn about this stuff from our parents, family members, or maybe even friends. And even that's limited to what they were originally taught. Some eventually learn the basics mainly out of necessity, and in many cases find themselves in some state of regret from all the missed opportunities along the way. I have talked to numerous individuals, and this includes myself, that have all said, I wish I would have known this sooner. Nothing stings more than learning you could have been a millionaire by age 50 if you'd have just done this, this, and this. But that is exactly why we're here today, to help you avoid that. Now, all that said, let's start with some super basic numbers to show you how saving even just a little bit of money now can turn your financial future into a shocking success. I'll illustrate this using the basic concept of compounding interest. So compounding interest is the process by which you earn interest or additional earnings based on the money you have saved, referred to as your principal. Then over time, you continue to not only earn interest on your principal, but you also earn interest on the interest that your money's earning. In other words, you earn interest on both your ongoing savings contributions and on the interest that accumulates as well. In essence, money on top of money on top of more money. This, in effect, allows your money to grow even faster and faster over time, which I'll demonstrate in a second. Now, once you understand that basic fundamental, the superpower you have in your corner by starting now is time. Yes, time is your superpower. Remember that. You see, when savings compounds over time, it doesn't grow in a straight line as you might think. As I said earlier, it grows faster and faster exponentially over time, and the more time you have, the faster that growth increases in later years. So for a simple example, let's assume you're 20 years old and assuming a 10% earnings rate, which is the average return of the stock market over the past 20 years. At a monthly compounding rate, each dollar saved becomes $108 by the time you reach full retirement age of 67. Now, if we break that down along the way, you can see that by the age of 40, it grew to $7 or $6 earned. By age 50, it grew to $20 or $13 earned. At age 60, it grew to $54 or an additional $34. And by 70, it grew to $146 or an additional $92. Notice how the growth speeds up over each 10-year period. Keep in mind, this is if you never saved another dollar. If you were to just add one more dollar per month over that period, you would have a whopping $12,927 by age 67. Now, instead of using $1, let's start with, say, an initial savings amount of $10,000. Any guesses to what this amount would grow to during that same 47-year period? Leave your guesses in the comments below. In fact, I will leave a couple of links below to a few online compound interest calculators that you can use as a helping hand. You can also use these to play around with different savings amounts, time periods, and different earnings. But if you hang in just for a little bit more, I'll reveal that number for you shortly. Now, of course, you will want to create your own savings plan and continue to save, which only grows this amount even faster. Let's be real, with just a little bit of discipline, I'm pretty confident you can save at least $1 per month. So one personal savings hack I did when I was just starting out, keep in mind this was back in the day before the internet, was to create an envelope system. So granted, today we're just about all digital with our money, but the concept is still the same. So for starters, simply grab a couple of envelopes. One for spending, one for saving. From there, anytime you receive money, which can come from birthday gifts, household chores, family members, side jobs, and many other ways, simply split your earnings between the envelopes. So one recommendation might be to do a 80-20 split. So 80% for your spending, 20% for saving. We'll talk in future videos about savings and even investing options, but building this discipline early on is pivotal to your financial success. And before you know it, you won't even realize how much money you're socking away towards your future. Now, you can always get more aggressive with your savings rate if you want to. If you want to become one of those super saving ninjas, but you should at least target 15 to 20%. This still allows roughly 80% for your normal everyday spending, and this practice only compounds further as you grow older and move into higher salary ranges over the course of your life. That 20% becomes an increasingly greater amount toward your savings, as well as the 80% does for your spending. This helps put your financial savings in a state of autopilot, making it more easier to maintain. So let's summarize. So number one, start now. I cannot stress how important this is. It is the core fundamental bedrock to your entire financial future. Number two, develop your strategy. Whether it's an 80%, 20% savings plan, 85-15, 90-10, pick a number, stick to it. And number three, don't underestimate the power of compounding. By starting now and being disciplined with your savings strategy, you will maximize the potential of compounding your money over time. As a wise man once said, compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. And finally, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Let's circle back to that $10,000 savings question. So did you have a guess? So that initial investment of $10,000 from age 20 to full retirement age of 67, growing at the average rate of 10% annually, will be worth, can I get a drum roll? A whopping $1,078,000. Yes, over $1 million. And again, without saving one additional dollar, all because of time. Now, there are so many things to learn about personal finances, which will be covered in future videos. But today, I hope you take away the single most important tip of all, and that is to start saving now. So before we conclude, if you found this video helpful in any way, please give it a like and be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you know anyone that might be interested in this type of content, please share it with them. It's our goal to educate and help arm our future generations with the info they need to build their own financial success in life. Now, before you go, if you're interested in checking out our channel intro, you can click here, and I hope to see you next time. This is AJ, your ace in the hole. See ya.